Once upon a time, there was a little computer called the Raspberry Pi. It wasn't much to look at, just a small board with a few chips and some ports, but it had big dreams. It wanted to be more than just a hobbyist device. It wanted to change the world. The Raspberry Pi started out as a simple experiment. Its creators wanted to create a cheap, accessible computer that anyone could use. They envisioned it as a tool for teaching kids how to code and for hobbyists to tinker with. But as time went on, the Raspberry Pi evolved. It became more powerful, more versatile, and more capable. People started using Raspberry Pis in all sorts of projects. They used them to control robots, to build media centers, and even to create their own smart home devices. The Raspberry Pi became a tool for creativity, a way for people to bring their ideas to life. But the Raspberry Pi's true potential was still untapped. It had the power to do more than just run simple projects. It had the potential to become an AI device. With the right software and peripherals, the Raspberry Pi could become a powerful AI device. It could recognize faces, detect objects, and even understand natural language. And best of all, it could do all of this for a fraction of the cost of traditional AI devices. People started using Raspberry Pis as AI assistants. They could ask it to play music, turn on lights, and even order groceries. The Raspberry Pi had become a useful tool for everyday life. But the Raspberry Pi's usefulness didn't stop there. It became a tool for security and surveillance. People used Raspberry Pis to monitor their homes, to keep an eye on their pets, and to detect intruders. It was a way for people to feel safe and secure without breaking the bank. As more and more people discovered the potential of the Raspberry Pi, it became a phenomenon. It was no longer just a niche device for hobbyists. It was a mainstream tool that everyone could use. People all over the world started buying Raspberry Pis. They used them for everything from DIY projects to AI assistants to security systems. It seemed like everyone had a Raspberry Pi, but perhaps the most important use of the Raspberry Pi was as a tool for education. Kids all over the world were using Raspberry Pis to learn how to code. They were discovering the joys of programming, and they were doing it with a tool that was affordable and accessible. The Raspberry Pi even became a tool for development. In developing countries, where traditional computers were too expensive, Raspberry Pis provided a way for people to access information and learn new skills. It was a tool for empowerment, and the Raspberry Pi didn't just change the lives of people on Earth, it even made its way into space. Scientists and engineers started using Raspberry Pis in space missions. They used them to control satellites, to run experiments, and to collect data. The Raspberry Pi had become a tool for exploration, and so the little computer had fulfilled its dreams. It had evolved from a simple hobbyist device into a powerful tool for education, creativity, security, and even exploration. And best of all, it had done it all while remaining affordable and accessible to everyone. In a world where technology was often associated with exclusivity and expense, the Raspberry Pi had democratized access to technology. It had made it possible for anyone, regardless of their background or resources, to harness the power of computing and AI. As we look back on the story of the Raspberry Pi, we are reminded that even the tiniest creations possess the power to make a profound impact. This unassuming computer, born from the brilliant mind of engineer Eben Upton, has defied expectations and transcended its humble origins. With the establishment of the Raspberry Pi Foundation, it became a catalyst for innovation, education, and empowerment. But the journey of the Raspberry Pi doesn't end here. Building upon its success, the dedicated team behind it continues to push the boundaries of technology. As whispers circulate, we catch glimpses of the future, of a newer Raspberry Pi, possibly the Raspberry Pi 5, poised to unveil even greater functionality and performance. Anticipation grows as rumors of a faster processor and enhanced GPU begin to circulate, promising a new era of possibilities. In this ever-evolving tale, we witness how a little computer can change the world, not just once but repeatedly, each iteration pushing the boundaries of what is thought possible. The Raspberry Pi has become an embodiment of the human spirit to constantly innovate and create, leaving an indelible mark on the history of technology. So let us continue to marvel at the Raspberry Pi's journey, knowing that even the smallest of devices can ignite the greatest revolutions. As we eagerly await the next chapter, we remain inspired by the boundless potential that lies within a little computer, ready to shape our future.